Me again. I'm having trouble recording this today, so we may get cut off. I may have to redo it. Anyway, thank you very much for all the kind comments on my previous little videos I've done. I just wanted to share a few things with you, really. Ideas, and just make connections with everybody, whether it's through the messages afterwards or actually in person on this. But thank you. Thank you also to those of you that are working, whatever job you're doing, whether you're on the front line actually in the hospitals or whether you're, whatever your job is. Thank you from my heart to yours. The clap we do on a Thursday, 8 o'clock, really isn't enough. We need to be doing it every day almost for you, so thank you. Anyway, I am in complete isolation, as most of you know. So for me, I'm feeling a bit more grounded than I was a couple of weeks, well, not even a couple of days ago. I kind of got my mojo back a little bit. The first few weeks were really quite tough. But anyway, I'm here now. Somebody suggested that we explore something that we can do maybe first thing in the morning. I thought, well, that's a good idea. Lots of things we can do first thing in the morning. One of the things I'd like to suggest is that even before we think about getting out of bed, that we remember those just 3 things to be grateful for. And they could be so simple, meaningful, but simple. Be thankful for waking up. For some of us that's the thing to be grateful for. Waking up in a warm bed. Having a wonderful husband that puts a cup of tea beside you when you wake up. Anything like that. It don't have to be particularly deep and meaningful and spiritual. It can just be, I'm so grateful that I feel okay. Simple as that, really. And then I need us to have a stretch before we even think about sitting up. We need to really stretch. So even lying down, you're going to stretch the arms behind you, point the toes away, give the hips a little wiggle from side to side. Oh, take a few deeper breaths. Remember, your breath's been very shallow all through the night, so now we need to lengthen a little bit. And then maybe draw the knees in under the bed covers, just give them a little hug, check out how tight those legs and hips feel today. And then in your own time, slowly make that transition from being horizontal to being pretty much vertical by sitting on the edge of your bed. So let me just go and do that. So using your imagination, I didn't want to record this upstairs, and I certainly didn't want you to, there we go, a bit more space. So sitting on the bed, so if your feet don't touch the floor, if you've got a very high bed, then maybe just put a pillow underneath your feet, just for the first few moments, so your feet just aren't dangling. And just take a few moments here, just before you do anything, maybe just lean back and arch the back, so you're almost doing like little mini cat-cows, rounding through the back. If I just turn sideways, you can probably see that, so just rounding through, and then a little bit of an arching through the back. We can do that however many times you feel you need to. Maybe just do a little gentle twist, one hand on the bed, one hand here. Again, very soft, just let the chest lead round gently. Inhale, lengthening up maybe. And again, just do as many of those. So you can always stop this whenever you feel you'd like to, and just do a few extra of those. If that feels good for you, maybe just hit the pause button and go, oh God, that feels so good. Yeah, I'm going to do an extra 10 of those. That feels lush. Totally fine. Maybe just kind of come up onto the balls of your feet and then onto your heels. When you're on your heels, give the toes a little wiggle. Remember, all of these joints have been asleep as well. It's not just your mind. Your whole body's been at this wonderful place of rest. We can just lean forwards a little bit, maybe stretch out, and then come back in again. Imagine you're going to put on, you've got knee-high socks, you're going to put them on, just stretch the leg out, put the sock on as high as you can. If I just turn sideways slightly, again holding, if you can reach the foot, that's great, otherwise the ankle. And just stretch the leg out as if you're pulling those socks up. Maybe do that half a dozen times if that feels good. So we're working up through the core, you feel the core engaging, getting a little bit of stretching through the buttocks and through the hamstrings. And maybe just widen those feet and just lean forwards. This could be quite nice, just maybe just bring your elbows, lengthening through the spine. You can feel there's quite a nice stretch going on here. So again, if I just turn sideways, rather than kind of collapsing into it, get a nice flat back so you're lifting up through the chest. Maybe take the hands down as well, and then just kind of lean over, maybe look down at your right foot, lifting back up again, look down at the left foot. So you're getting a kind of a stretch through the middle of your back as well. That can feel quite good too. I quite like doing this standing up. That could be a nice one to do. So maybe just 3 of these. You can do 1 of each if it feels right. You could do 6, however many you want to. And then just a couple of little shoulder rolls, moving the head around from side to side, checking out how that feels. And then just take a few moments here, just let your body get used to being in this kind of almost semi-vertical position. Your feet are grounded down, spread the toes, give them a little wiggle and spread them right out. Really feel the, almost as if you're trying to claw a little bit with your toes, really make that contact with the ground. Sitting up nice and tall, just take a few moments here. If you feel like you need to move your shoulders, then do. Draw the chin in. We're going back to balancing the book on your head and the chin being parallel to the floor. Just getting that sense of alignment. We can do the little side bends here as well before we get up if you want to. So there's so much things. All those things we did in the chair the other week, whenever it was. It's how the days seem to merge into one, don't they? It's like one long holiday. Dare I use that word? So we could do side bends, anything you want to do that makes you feel your body is ready now to get up. Okay, so let's do that. So slowly, hands on thighs, hands on the bed, lean forwards. Begin to bring the weight into your feet. I'm just going to move my bed out of the way and slowly come up to standing. Maybe even taking your thighs onto your hands. Sorry, let me do that. Hands onto your thighs and slowly come back. Whoops. So imagine that I'm now standing. I'm just going to adjust this a little bit, see if I can get you to see me a little bit more. Maybe that's going to work. Perfect. So again, now we're standing. We can do kind of walking it out. So if you have a little dance first thing in the morning. We can again reach those arms right up to the ceiling. Little side bends here, perhaps. Maybe lifting up a little bit more, and then just bring those hands down beside you. A few little shoulder rolls, and just check out how you feel. Now you might be ready to go to the bathroom or to make your way downstairs. So again, just take it gently. Coming downstairs, do whatever, using the banisters. Those first, for me anyway, those first few trips up and down the stairs, first thing in the morning, feel a little bit like, ooh, a little bit strange. So now you're downstairs, now we can begin to think about what we're going to do perhaps while we're waiting for the kettle to boil, while we're kind of, deciding what we're going to have for breakfast this morning, or we're looking out the window, seeing what kind of day it's going to be. So while you're doing that, maybe just focus on your breathing. Remember, the breathing helps to ground us. For most of us, our days maybe are less physical than they used to be, granted a little bit more time sitting down. But very often we're still not breathing. We're not breathing. We're slouched over the computer maybe. So maybe just take wherever you are. Hopefully we've all got, even if you haven't got a particularly picturesque view, as we would call it, right? If you've got a window, just go, look at the sky, look at the clouds, maybe look at the moss on your neighbour's roof, maybe notice that their guttering looks a little bit overgrown, whatever it is. Have a look outside the window. Lift up through the chest. Allow yourself to stand up. Upright, getting that sense of rooting down through the 4 points of your foot. Remember, the 2 in the heels, 2 in the front, and just breathe. Maybe hear your breath. Make that ujjayi breath. Remember that big sound where we breathe in. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. That could be very healing. We can hear the breath. So it's nice deep breath in. And notice the lift of your inhale and the softening of your exhale. And by now the kettle's quite possibly boiled, so go and make yourself a nice cup of tea. Just a few little suggestions. Take your time to get out of bed. Even if it's in the middle of the night, still take your time. Try not to rush out of bed. And until I get my head around Zoom, which I am working on, we managed to get some stuff out there. Thank you very much for your time. Have a fabulous day. I hope you're feeling okay. I hope you're doing more than surviving this. We need to make this work for us. It's hard to view it as a gift, maybe, but let's see if we can. All right. Thanks so much again, from my heart to yours, from my home to yours. Take it easy, guys. Thank you.